This is Play North, the Manitoba Games Show. The Manitoba Games, powered by Manitoba Hydro, are coming to Thompson March 4th to 10th. Check out www.manitobagames.ca for information on volunteering, our online store, and sports schedules. Use hashtag PlayNorth. If you're taking any photos, you want to put them on social media. If you're looking for stuff on social media, use the hashtag PlayNorth. That's where you'll find us. When I knew we were getting the Manitoba Games, there was a couple faces I just absolutely knew were going to be around the table. Sam Antilla was one of them. There was no doubt we were getting away from Sammy. And Wendell Fitzpatrick, you were another one of them. In some portfolios, we were letting amateurs take a crack at stuff like me. But there were some portfolios where we couldn't take the chance, and transportation was one of them. So we've got you in the games. How did you end up with us in the games, Wendell?
That's a real good question. The Games Committee approached Lona and asked her if she would be interested in being the chair for transportation. And she said no, that she really didn't want to do that. But she said Wendell would be more than happy to help you out. So here I am.
And let's make no mistake when we say that you're doing the interview with us, because there's no way we were getting Lona on camera.
Exactly.
But really, the brains behind this operation is Lona, right? She's really going to make this tick?
Exactly. Definitely the brains behind the operation.
So Lona's doing the transportation schedule, and there's a lot of transportation that's going to happen. She's basically doing the dispatching. At one point, we thought you were going to do the dispatching, but again, we put the brains behind the operation there. And tell us what your marching orders are from Lona.
I get them Sunday.
And they include basically duties as assigned, right?
Yeah, exactly. Duties as assigned. Probably driving a bus. Whether it's a transit bus or a highway bus, I won't know until the morning that happens. She has to pull buses from here and there to make sure that we have enough for our commitment to the games. So yeah, whatever she tells me to do, I'll look at the dispatch sheet the night before, and that's where I'll go the following morning.
You'll fill all the holes on that dispatch sheet tonight.
And I'll also watch the dispatch office to make sure everything is going on. We do have 6 vehicles that are being used to transport officials and game staff wherever they need to go in the community. So I'll keep an eye on that to make sure that's all right. And I have Harold Smith as backup, and he's a fabulous guy, so I'm not worried at all.
He'll keep everything going. We won't let him behind the wheel of a bus, right? You're going to promise me that?
He has asked a couple times, but he does have to go to the Greyhound driving school first.
So we are looking at, I think you said 6 buses that are going to be going. And so what are we all covering? I know we got to run some people out to the ski hill. We've got the athletes' villages. Sort of give us a big overview of where the bus is going to be kind of moving. How are they going to get people around?
So we've got 2 buses doing what we call a loop. One of the loops from 6 in the morning till 9 o'clock will be 2 buses, and then we'll go down to 1 bus until 3 or 3:30, depending on circumstances, evolve. And then it'll be 2 buses until supper is over, and then back down to 1 bus until 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock at night. The highway buses will be doing Mystery Mountain for alpine skiing and cross-country skiing out by Popeyes. And also La Voie du Nord. I think they have table tennis there.
Yep.
And Norplex pool for swimming.
So we got a lot. When you say they're doing a loop, that loop will go past the athlete villages, past the pool, and back to the high school. Is that basically the loop?
It won't be a loop for the people that are competing at La Voie du Nord and Norplex pool and Mystery Mountain and Popeyes, or the cross-country ski trails. We'll pick them up at the schools and we'll take them out there. Other than that, it'll be a loop. The first part of the loop in the morning will be running from Burtwood School to the TRCC and from Westwood School to the TRCC. And then during the quiet parts of the day, it will be, the bus will leave the TRCC, go over to Westwood School, pick up whoever's there, go over to Burntwood School, and then back to the TRCC, and it'll just keep doing that all day.
And so for people that are checking this out from out of town, it's interesting in our games because this is a short loop. This is a pretty short run for you, right? A walk from Burntwood to Westwood School is probably 5 minutes, and
right.
Westwood School to the TRCC is another 5-7 minutes, something like that. So this isn't a huge loop, whereas in some other communities we might be talking about an hour turnaround or something. So what do you expect the turnaround is first thing in the morning and on that other loop? Is it 10 minutes? Is it 15?
I think it'll be 15 minutes. We've already taken a bus and gone through the loop a couple times with Pete Conway from the games and Harold and Tammy Burton and myself all went. And we went to Westwood School and to the TRCC and Burntwood School and back and to the TRCC, and it took about 15 minutes.
So it's it's going to be a lot. You'll be a little bit tired of that loop probably by the end of the games, but that's what happens. www.manitobagames.ca. We have maps there, so if people are curious to see sort of where the schools are in relation to the TRCC and stuff, you'll learn that quick enough, I think, when you get here. Not only are the buses free for the people in town, but we're still running our regular transit buses as the city does, and that's free the week of the games as well, right?
As far as I know, it is. I don't know if it's free. There's only one transit bus running during the week because the kids are out of school. So normally when the kids are not in school, we only run one bus. So it'll be on the hour schedule. So it'll do Eastwood first and then Westwood and then Eastwood and then Westwood.
So it'll bounce around. Free transportation, it's part of our commitment to the games. We've also got some VIP transport. We've got some vans and stuff. I don't think is that you guys as well? You're looking after that? So that's Lona. Do you know what else is in that bigger fleet?
We've got 6 vehicles. I don't know, they're Dodges because they're coming from Twin Motors. I don't know what they are, whether they're Caravans or Journeys, and we're hiring or not hiring. We're recruiting drivers to drive them around town, and dispatchers to look after that.
Yeah. And again, it's an interesting situation for us with 11 of the sports happening in one spot, basically with RDPC and the TRCC. Our transportation needs are pretty different from other years, so we're not going to really be building that much on old schedules. I think it's something that we've built now. You and Lona have been tapped for transportation for a number of things in the past. You got some experience. Can you think of any other or highlight any other big events where you guys have handled things like this?
Well, we had the games in, what was it, 94?
94.
And we didn't really do transportation. We were more in hospitality. I think Thompson Bus Lines had it then.
Oh wow!
And they did a good part of the transportation. I did go to Winnipeg a couple years ago, and for those soccer tournaments.
Oh yeah.
And that was really interesting to watch
Cup.
that. Yeah, it was really interesting to see how we actually worked with Winnipeg Transit, and to learn their lingo about how they talk and organize buses, and it was really something to see.
Let's throw it out there. I think the highlight of it is the dump out, right?
Right. The dump out. Exactly.
I don't think you don't say that to the people that are getting on the bus. Are you part of the dump out? Tell us what the dump out is.
The dump out is when the game is over and everybody is coming out of the facility and getting on a transit bus, and the transit drivers call it the dump out.
Now we know it's the inside.
Exactly.
It's the insider lingo. It must be nice for you this time that you're staying in town, because I mean you've driven every. I don't think there's a sport or a group in town that hasn't had you as a driver over the last 20 years, 25 years. So does it feel pretty good to be able to stick around, spend a little bit of time with Lona when you guys aren't working, and just be part of an event in town instead of, like you say, going to Winnipeg or beyond?
Yeah, it's nice to be home. It's and that's one of the reasons I decided to bid transit. I like the kids from R.D. Parker. I always have enjoyed driving them. I think the first time I drove them was in 1980, and there was I think her name was Mrs. Broadhurst, and I picked up the kids at R.D. Parker, and we did kind of a tour of Saskatchewan and northern Manitoba. And that was probably the first time. I was really impressed with the kids, and I've enjoyed driving them ever since.
Not slowing down. You've got to run out to Norway House with some kids coming up between today and the day that the game starts. So we know that we're in great hands. Transportation, like we said, we had to give it to the pros because it's one of the things that people remember. I mean, we've said it a few times before. Only a couple kids win a medal. Lots of kids come here, and what they remember is their experience, and it's getting around, it's eating, it's hanging out with their friends. So I think you enjoy having the kids, and I'm sure they're going to enjoy having you for a driver.
You know, I was in Montreal in 1976 for the Olympics. I was a Canadian soldier.
Participating?
No, I wasn't. I was a soldier there, and it's something that I've never forgotten, and I'm sure the kids are going to be just the same. They'll never forget this experience. Yeah. So it's good to be part of it.
Absolutely. We're glad to have you as part of it. Wendell Fitzpatrick, part of the transportation team. We're going to be using this bus and a couple more for the Manitoba Games, March 4th to 10th, powered by Manitoba Hydro. www.manitobagames.ca is the place to look for all of our information on the games results as well. If you've got kids down here now, check that out for results in our online store. Use hashtag playnorth if you're looking for us on social media.